Hello. Welcome to Let's Talk About Hard Knocks. That's right. This is a recap of last night's premiere episode of Hard Knocks. The show is in its 16th season, profiling the Dallas Cowboys this season, of course, which is great. So I'm going to get one thing out of the way here before I get into a recap of the episode. I will not be talking about Jerry Jones putting salt on a breakfast sandwich. You know what? Teach their own. Whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk about, oh my God, Jerry Jones looks so old. Well, the dude is approaching 80, okay? Leave him alone. All right? There's a bunch of other things I'm not going to get into, like Dak cursing up a storm. I mean, I've dropped F-bombs before in my life, so what makes that any different? But I am going to get to some moments that did stick out. Besides, look at this. I took notes. I had to. Because if I'm going to recap this, I got to do it right. And what I think is right, so let's get into it. Start off, Dak talks about his injury. Of course, shows off the surgical scar on his ankle. Now, I've seen a good number of surgical scars on other people, and they can get pretty and they are pretty nasty looking, depending on how far along they've healed up. So he talked about that, and he mentioned, and this is something nobody knew about. This was a surprise even to me when I heard it, that he had a second surgery. So my guess is on that, complications came up. So they felt they needed to get in there and take care of those complications. So he seems fine. He seems fine. Questions still linger concerning the team. You know what? When have there ever been? There's always going to be questions. So I don't know. I don't know why that got brought up, but it did. Dak is super eager to prove himself after his injury that it's not going to hinder him. It's not going to stop him, and I admire that. But, you know, he ends up with the muscle strain in his shoulder from so much throwing. Your arm is your bread and butter. If you're a quarterback, your arm is your bread and butter. Your throwing motion is your bread and butter. You can't wear it out at all. You can't. And he wore it out to where he strained a muscle in his shoulder, so he wasn't in the Hall of Fame game, so he couldn't use that really nice gift that Zeke gave him, which was a really nice carry-on bag by Coach. Too bad he couldn't use it, but he'll probably use it during the season. And side note on the whole Zeke giving him the gift, yeah, he's not good at gift wrapping. But then again, I'm not either, so moving on. We're going to talk, and also, big thing here, Micah Parsons, #1 overall draft pick this year. He has lots of enthusiasm, and he's very determined. He didn't want to be forced to sit out the rest of the Hall of Fame game against the Steelers. He didn't want to do that, but Dan Quinn, the new defensive coordinator, told him, you know what, sit the rest of this out, chill out, relax. You know, don't wear yourself out too much. So I like that one. There was some people on Twitter talking about, I don't think Dak and Coach McCarthy like each other. Well, at least, but this is what I saw when I watched it. I didn't see dislike. I saw respect. I saw that these two respect each other. So if you think they don't like each other, you know what? Look a little further into it, maybe. Who knows? This is one thing that really, really stood out to me. This is probably something a lot of us Cowboys fans might be saying if a lot of us have watched the episode. Starts off in a meeting. Coach McCarthy shows a clip from the second Austin Powers movie, and referencing what makes Austin Powers so cool, so awesome, mojo. So they started using this particular term during practices, mojo moment. And even Dak was saying it, mojo moment. That needs to be a hashtag, by the way, mojo moment. I'm going to start using that when I'm tweeting during Cowboys games. So-and-so had a mojo, hashtag mojo moment. I like that. I don't know what this super secret play was that they were talking about. But I'm like, ooh, this sounds interesting. We'll see, though. But, you know, there was just a lot to cover. The first episode, really good, really. The Cowboys, I think, are pretty hopeful that they are going to do well. You know, I know if it's they're probably going with the Super Bowl or bust mentality, and you know, they're entitled to think that. So that's all for me for today. And of course, just to let you know, you can check out Hard Knocks every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 Pacific Time on HBO Max every Tuesday. And I will try to every Wednesday post a recap video. So see you soon. Bye.